A Biden administration employee has been accused of stealing a traveler's Vera Bradley suitcase, reportedly worth $2,325, from an airport in September. Sam Brinton, the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition at the DOE's Office of Nuclear Energy, is one of the federal government's first gender non-binary officials and uses they, them pronouns. Brinton was captured on surveillance video, grabbing the luggage and removing its ID tag identifying the owner, according to court documents. Brinton initially denied stealing the suitcase to police officers, but later claimed they took it by mistake and still had it in their possession. They were placed on leave about a month ago following the accusations and could face up to 5 years in prison if convicted.
The COVID-19 vaccine.
Admiral Rachel Levine is busy leading our country's response to COVID-19 and other health issues as Assistant Secretary of Health. Before that, she was a longtime pediatrician and leader of Pennsylvania's health department. Admiral Levine has attracted global attention, not just because she's dedicated so much of her time to helping others heal, but because of her history-making moves.
I was confirmed twice more.
She's the nation's highest-ranking openly transgender official ever confirmed by the U.S. Senate.
On this vote, the yeas are 52, the nays are 48. The nomination is confirmed.
And the first openly transgender four-star officer.
I am proud to follow in my father's footsteps and two of my uncle's footsteps in serving this great nation.
Aside from her role protecting the public's health, Admiral Levine says she has another duty that's just as critical, protecting those who are transgender and encouraging other leaders to do the same.
I am speaking out publicly, vocally, frequently. The Secretary has spoken out. The Surgeon General has spoken out. Our President and Vice President have spoken out about this issue. So we continue that public advocacy.
First, let's check in with the White House Press Secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, who, let's be honest, has struggled to answer the questions put to her by the press, even some of the most obvious questions.
I don't have anything. 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 I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. We don't have anything. I just don't have anything. Don't have anything. So I don't have anything. 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 I just don't have anything. I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. Again, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. Don't have anything. I don't have anything. I just don't have anything. I 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 don't have any.
Stop. That's enough. You get the idea. By the way, that compilation goes to 100, and I'm sure it could go to 200 if it needed to. So she's not good with policy detail, but she's great with numbers.
So if you think about the 737,000.
Don't look now, sweetie, but the Aussies are laughing at your stupid ass, as are a whole bunch of people in this country and a whole bunch of people all around the world. And let's be frank, you are extremely incompetent. You have poor recall. You can't think on your feet. You lie your ass off. You can't, or you refuse to answer questions. Face it. Most of us know why you got the job. You checked 2 blocks. Now, I can't take credit for the photo, but it nails it. You're black and you're a lesbian. And from the looks of this picture, I wouldn't be surprised if your nickname were Butch. Hey, Barry Bowe here. Looks like we're talking some politics today, huh? Now let's go back to the first video of the sequence. Take a look at a couple shots of that dude, Sam Brinton, a Biden administration pick for some sort of position disposing of nuclear waste. In fact, the first non-binary to be appointed to such a high position in our government, or a gender-fluid individual, as he likes to be called, or nuclear nerd, as he's known in some kinky sex circles. But no matter what he calls himself, I call him Bozo because he's a fucking clown. Sorry, I just don't get it. And even though this guy uses the pronouns they, them, I refuse. Call me disrespectful, but to me, he's still he and him. Please don't misunderstand me. I don't give a shit what he does on his own time. Rump roasting or getting rump roasted, or both. Or taking turns ham slamming each other, along with a whole bunch of kinky stuff I'm sure he does. Like I just said, I don't give a shit about that. But I do give a shit about this. As it works out, he stole a suitcase from baggage claim at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport back on September 16th. He took the suitcase back to his hotel room. He emptied out a bunch of female belongings that he found inside the bag, belongings that did not belong to him, and then he used the suitcase in subsequent travels. This wasn't just any suitcase. It was a Vera Bradley suitcase with a price tag of $2,325. I mean, I wouldn't spend that much for a bag, but not my business. So the woman goes to baggage claim to get her bag, but it ain't there. So she reports it missing. Security personnel look at the surveillance tapes, and guess what? They see this bozo taking the suitcase, and trust me, it's not hard to pick him out of a lineup. So they get the police involved, and the police track him down. At first, he denies using the bag. Nah, not him. But later, I guess after he sees the video of himself swiping the suitcase, he admits to taking it, but by accident. He was tired, was in a hurry, big mistake. Bullshit. Cops arrest him, charge him with felony theft. He could and should face fines and prison time. He's been suspended from his official duties, but myself, if I'm in charge, I fire his ass. Wait, wrong. If I'm in charge, I never would have hired his ass to begin with. Let's go back to my catechism classes. Back when I was learning about the 10 Commandments, I needed help from my mother, understanding number 10. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. I did not understand the word covet. You know, to crave, to desire, or to yearn for something. Well, this bozo coveted another neighbor's suitcase. And he covered it so much, he stole it. In broad daylight, no less. Which was obviously a bad decision. I mean, doesn't this genius Biden appointee know that security cameras are almost everywhere? Which leads me to believe that he's made a whole lot of bad decisions in his life. Just look at him. And I wouldn't want him making a bad decision on the job, whatever the fuck he's supposed to do. Bad decisions which could affect you or me or our country. Great pick, Biden administration. By the way, I just looked up the definition of freak. A person, animal, or plant with an unusual physical abnormality. So let's take a look. Shaved head, bright red, thick lipstick, sometimes a mustache and beard, and high heels, sometimes in costume with a whip, pulling someone along, someone wearing a dog costume. Yeah, I'd say that's abnormal, at least for me and for everyone else I know. This guy fits the definition. He's a freak. And so is the guy in the second video. In fact, here's a shot of both those freaks standing together. Nuclear nerd and Admiral Rachel Levine. Once upon a time, a.k.a. Richard Levine. It looks to me like Rich was married at one point in time and a father. But somewhere along the way, he decided to change his name to start looking like a woman and to start dressing like a woman. We were stuck with him here in PA for the last few years, thanks to our Soros-funded commie governor. But then Biden stepped in and made him Admiral Rachel Levine, the Assistant Secretary of Health of the United States of America. And why not? This bozo is a picture of perfect health, is he not? No, of course not. He's an overweight freak, trotted out there by Biden. And by the way, he never served in the military. So his title of Admiral is both disrespectful and insulting to anyone who ever served in the military, especially you Navy and Coast Guard guys. So, there you go. Joe Biden and the Dems at work. This is just one example where they picked a trifecta of losers. Nuclear nerd, Admiral Levine, and Butch. It never ends with this administration. Now, changing the subject. You probably didn't notice, but I changed my sign from the last podcast because I changed the name of the podcast from Barry Bowe to the Barry Bowe Show. That's because I looked up the names of the most popular podcasts. I picked Joe Rogan Experience and Ben Shapiro Show. Both use the prefix the, then their name, and a suffix. To me, show is a better fit than experience. A little too showy, which would be copying in the first place. So I have to go with something like extravaganza. The Barry Bowe extravaganza. I pass on that. Show is just fine. Now, I want to run this past you. I can put the neon in any one of three positions. At the top, at the bottom, or near the middle. Take a look. Let me know what you think. About today's wardrobe. Hope you can see this. It's my Mike Law shirt. Mike Law is a professional wrestler, and yes, I go to wrestling matches. I'll get into some good stuff about wrestling as we go along. But for now, I just want to mention a character in the Steve Piasecki series who's a professional wrestler. First episode being Dead Stripper, available now. The second episode, Si Hablo Español, should be ready sometime in January. Now, let's talk about my friend. He's Steve Piasecki's sidekick throughout the series. His real name's Mike, but Steve calls him my friend, and he goes by Hitman Bruno when he's wrestling. And between me and you, in real life, my friend is my friend, Mike Tartaglia, from Jersey. And here's my friend with Rowdy Roddy Piper. I took the picture on Frederiksted Pier on the island of St. Croix a good 30 years ago, after we finished taping a Love Boat Valentine's Day special. And as we go along, Rowdy was one of the guest stars. And as we go along, you'll find out that many of my characters are based on real people. Some I know, some I don't know. In any case, Dead Stripper is a whodunit, fast action, fast read. You know, half the fun of reading crime fiction is figuring out who done it before the writer tells you who done it. No one's figured it out yet. So that's it for today. Some politics, a little religion, mixed in with the 10th commandment, and a plug for Dead Stripper. Till next time, see you. And that's a wrap.